Welcome back, everyone, to the Song of Waves and Wind, where last time we read a script of a play that they're planning to play before the Order Kai. Well, it doesn't seem to be going too well so far, so let's see what we're going to be doing.
It has been nice to catch up with Dirkar's travelers, but we should no longer delay our work.
All right, so what are we going to do then?
We need to scout the approach to Amak's duel and learn if there is a way past the sentries.
Perhaps there's an unguarded location to the left or right to the main entrance that may allow us to scale one of the walls. Well, I guess we could check that out. So, let's head out to Enmach's duel and find out, is there a way for us to get inside? There we have Enmach's duel. Quite a formidable place. So let's see if I could find a weakness in its defenses that'll try to keep me out. Enmach's duel looms high above the cliffside. Yeah. First, it goes down, then up afterwards. It will be difficult, if not impossible, to enter Enmach's duel from this side. Well, I'd say with some very sophisticated climbing equipment and, well, I know it did say very difficult was one of the options. And using some very sophisticated and probably very spottable climbing equipment, I might be able to do it. Well, maybe someone who's a bit more skilled in climbing than I am, but whatever's the case, probably not within the time frame we have. And I think I would like to survive the experience if possible. Right now we got enough trouble with the jackals in the area. Alright, now that we've dealt with that, let's see, what about this side? Well, more jackals. But the question is there anything that is going to be worse than the jackals? Since I could take care of a couple of jackals, though of course the noise might bring out suspicion. The main entrance to Enmach's duel appears to be heavily guarded. Yeah, I think we figured that out. Glyphido quietly arrives as you survey the approach. Oh. Glorfindel!
The city is guarded, and I see little chance of sneaking in past the sentries.
We may need to fight our way inside. Let's return to Inkanush and tell him what we have learned. All right. Maybe we hitch a ride on an elephant and just run in through? I suppose that if we had one of the eagles try to take me over, it would be very, very conspicuous. So I guess that would be out also.
Glorfindel suggests that you fight your way into Amok's duel? Has he taken leave of his senses?
Such an attack will raise the alarm through the entire city, and we will learn the plans of neither the Thartooth nor the Ordakai. Always an elf lord suggests the direct approach. It will not serve us here. Alright, and then... Does anyone else have an idea? Mashanu looks around his companions before meeting the eyes of the wizard that once frightened him so. I have had an idea, Ikanush. What if we sneak Pineleaf into the city the same way that we snuck out Ulishar? When we go to perform Satagera's new play, Pineleaf could be hidden among the costumes beneath the hooded cloak. Okay. Well, what do you think about this idea?
That will not work this time, Mashkanu.
The guards of the city seem much more vigilant now than before. They will search our things, and Pine Leaf is hidden among them. Our sacred passage will be discovered. Oh, yeah, I suppose there is the case on that. Hmm, do you have an idea, fellow Hobbit?
I have it.
Jessamine quivers with excitement, and for a moment, to your eyes, she appears the very picture of a hobbit of the Shire. If our friend has a part in the play, in the performance, the guards will have to let Pineleaf in. Yes! After you have played your part, you can then sneak away and search the keep. Once you find whatever it is that Ikanush seeks within the walls, then you can return to us and we will all leave together. Okay? Well, what do you think about this, Ulishar?
It is not enough.
Pineleaf does not know the interior of the keep. Someone must accompany you who knows the layout of the keep. Someone who has been there before. I need to go with you. Otherwise, you will not be able to search the keep before the performance ends. Okay?
The interior of the keep of Amarxdul is a confusing maze of stairs and hallways. But I have not forgotten its layout.
How could those passages leave my memory? During the years of my captivity, I would be punished if the food I brought from the kitchen to the chambers of the lords and ladies grew cold while finding my way. I can navigate the maze for you, and bring you directly to the inner sanctum of whoever now rules in Imaxdul. This is why I have come with you, my friend. I knew that it not when we departed Sulmadash, but I know now. This certainty drives me to courage to return to my place. Worry not for me, Pineleaf. I will be fine, and you will learn whatever it is that Ikanush believes Ordak is hiding within this keep. All right. Well, what do you say? Have any open parts for the play?
It will take me some time to revise the play to include you and Ulishar.
If I can do this in much a short time, perhaps this will be the greatest masterpiece after all, despite the lies that Ordak contained within. I jest, but as we traveled from Zijana with Ikanush, he spoke of the terrible ancient creatures he opposes. If your mission proves instrumental in defeating these villains, these Tharduth, the play that I now write must be considered my masterpiece in truth. For it also to undermine the goals of those who sent my husband and my friends to their deaths in war. I admit the sweetens the sweet cake. While I work to include you and Ulishar in the play, you can help me by aiding Atalsi. She is arranging some of the things that we will need for the play. I already intended it to be a full of spectacle, but now it is doubly important that the attention of the Ordakai be held while you and the Kenta slip away. If Adalci proves stubborn, tell her that your life and Ulashar's life might depend on the size of the creature. How big of a creature are you trying to? Elephantine, isn't it? Well, let's speak with Atalsi. Hello there, Atalsi. May I bring a message from the playwright?
We need a Mumak. Don't ask.
Aha. Yes, I admit that I'm not surprised. It is most easy for Satagera to write these things into her plays, but who must then arrange for them to be found. Atasi and Marshkanu most of the time. I have already attained a pass from the Ordekai, allowing us to use one of their Mumakil for our purpose. I will give you the pass, and you can show it to Sharagan Ganda at the Mumakeeper. Find him at the Skardelv south of Ahava. I would have selected a small one, but knowing Satagera, she will want the biggest one that we can get. All right then. Let us now. One Mumak as a distraction. This is apparently the Skardelv. I would presume that this is the keeper. Hello there, sir.
What do you want? Speak quickly, or I will summon the gods.
I hand Shotgun Ganda the pass, and he breaks the wax seal as he opens it. Sweat breaks out upon his brow as he reads the contents. At last he looks up, with a relieved smile on his face. I saw many of these notices at the start of the year, stranger. So many of my Mumakil were outfitted with harness and armor and sent north to the war. Only the smallest were deemed unfit for battle. They were left behind to haul stone and timber. I am glad that Mumak you seek will not be asked to fight. Point to which of my creatures you would want to join the traveling players for their performance before the lords of Emak's duel. Well, see, so these are the smaller ones, but let's see if we can find one of the larger, smaller ones. See, there is a young Mumak. Okay, well, we can't wait for it to grow into a larger size. A loose war Mumak. Well, that sounds like it'll be good. Or a loose war Mumak. Okay, this is 861. Yeah, okay, so these are two possibilities. This is a young Mumak. Well, I think one of these should be fine. Shadugan Ganda gives you a grim smile. A grim smile? Yes?
I will see what I can do. You have chosen one of the more obstinate creatures of this earth.
But your traveling players will have a Mumak when they need one. I hope that their performance will show the lords of Emak's duel the value of raising Mumakil even in times of peace, and the quality of their minders. All right, well then, thank you very much. Now, I suppose I should report back. I have arranged for the creature.
The writing goes slowly, but I have incorporated both you and Urishar into an early scene.
After the two of you have been seen by the audience, it will then be your task to slip away and search the keep while we hold their attention upon us. The Mumak I asked Atalsi to get for us should prove useful. Here, Pineleaf, your part is labeled Hero of Gondor, and Ulashar will be Northern Elf. Read this portion of the script and commit it to memory. I have already shown it to Ulashar. He insists that he will have no trouble with his own part, and yours should be easy enough. The difficult task will begin after the two of you slip away, of course. All right. So, Hero of Gondor. I suppose that's an appropriate part for me, considering some of the things I did during the war. Now, let's see what we've got here. The banners of the Black Serpent fly triumphantly over the field. Confident soldier, the tide turns in our favor. No enemies of Ordok can stand against us. The Black Serpent. Be not overconfident, my friend. Some heroes of Gondor still remain. Confident soldier. Who? Everyone looks around, expecting a fearsome hero. Ulishar's friend runs upon to the stage. Hero Gondor. Me! And they're going to see a hobbit coming in as the hero of Gondor. Boy, I'm sure the Ordok will have a good laugh for that one. Yes. The confident soldier and the black serpent shrug. Pause for audience laughter. Yeah. After it is done, the Northern Elf runs onto the stage. Northern Elf, and me! You will not stand alone! The Black Serpent says, Who are you? I am an elf of the northern forest, and my skill with bow is unmatched. The Black Serpent, I think I can match it. Release the Mumak! The Mumak walks on stage and issues a tremendous trumpet blast. Is this possible? We might not have very fine control over the Mumak does or does not do. Let us hope that it is impressive enough to have it on stage. The Black Serpent. Well? The hero of Gondor faints at the arrival of the Mumak. After a beat, the Northern Elf faints as well. Pause for laughter. The Black Serpent. Our Mumakil tower above the horsemen that seek to protect the city. Remain on guard. They may still have some tricks in reserve. You mean like Theoden, but that's an entirely different matter. Well, I think we could work with that scene.
I hope you suffer not from the fright of being on stage.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? Did I faint? I think that's the point. Well, I understand that you have faced some terrible foes and engaged in many difficult battles. But the act of performing before an audience can be daunting in its own right. Marshkanu may give you some advice. He has done both. But that reminds me. Inkanush wanted to speak with you before the performance. I last saw him to the southeast. Right, so let's find Inkanush. Hello there. You wanted to speak with me?
Yes, I am worried.
This plan will get you inside the keep of Imaxdul, but its true success depends upon something else. Whether the attention of the Orakai and of the Tartuth are sufficiently held by the performance. You and Ulishar need time to search the inner sanctum for the plans of the Tartuth and the Orakai. But secrecy is our ally, Pineleaf, and lends us an advantage. The Tartuth that departed Damadur and accompanied the Orakai to Imaxdul will expect no such intrusion. Glorfindel and I cannot join you, for our presence would risk drawing their attention. If they remain unalerted, I believe that we can learn where next the Tartuth intend to send the Erotugi. I suspect that they will desire to destroy Gondor and the kingdoms of the north, but there is another possibility. The whole of Ordok and his sons fell during the War of the Ring, but no empire can remain leaderless. If the new Hull has come to power in the south, he or she may have much to fear from these newly awakened creatures of evil. They served Morgoth. They will serve no other, and certainly not the Hull of Ordach. This is the sort of thing that I need you and Ulishar to learn. All right. Noted. What do you say about that?
Satagera wanted me to give you some advice about performing before an audience.
Such a thing is difficult to learn in a single lesson. You must demonstrate confidence, Pineleaf, An audience can tell if you believe what you are showing to them. With this particular play, that may be difficult for all of us. The lords and ladies of Emaxdul want us to convince their people that the victory of Vordok is near at hand. But any who were there know otherwise. Some of us may still be there, lost in the north, like Uranam or my beloved Kazin. And others of my friends are known to be slain, cut down in the forest like Terkar, or trampled before the great city like Zarush. Had we not a purpose to accomplish here, I might have taken advantage of this moment to slay at least some of the lords of Imaxdul. For months I blamed the wizard Mithrandir, who is Ikanush, for the death of my friends and my family. But it was Ordok and Baruch who sent us to war. Barkush is gone, but Ordok remains. If you can learn something that will hurt them, I will not rue this staying of my hand. All right, back to Ulishar. Actually, he's not too far from Ikanush.
I have been remembering the time of my captivity.
For 2 years I labored in the mines, but as my health worsened, the overseers came to realize that I could not survive much longer beneath the earth. In the early days they delighted to send a Kinta below ground, but as my speed suffered, they decided my slow toil was not worth the jest. They sent me to Emaxdul to serve the nobles who dwelt there, lords and ladies unaccustomed to the wielding of weapons. There was no call for them to march north with the hull when the Black Serpent departed for the war Barkush commanded. The work was lighter than in the mines, but my health remained poor, and the punishments I endured were not just as severe. Had I not encountered Terkera that night, I am certain that I would have died within the keep of Emaxdul. And now I return. If we learn something to undermine the plans of the Ordok and the Tharduth, who slew my brother, it will be worth it. This will truly be Satagera's masterpiece. All right.
I am as ready as ever I will be. Let us find Ashar Mul and tell him we are prepared to go.
And how will the performance go? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Song of Waves and Wind.